That state passes new abortion restrictions in the wake of the U.S. Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. What kind of creep scams a kid at a lemonade stand? A guy took an 11-year-old in Washington State for $100, but the kid has the last laugh. Ugly nights for Mets and Yanks. 10-10 winds AccuWeather. Partly sunny, very warm, humid, maybe a storm late. The high 87. Real feels, though, will be higher. Winds east on 901. Traffic and transit now. Jody Bill.
And Kathleen, let's go to the Bronx. Got a stall northbound New England Thruway, causing some delays and to the ramp to the Sheridan. And that right lane is blocked. The Hutch northbound is also slow to the Cross County. Westbound Cross Bronx, we're seeing those jam ups. Webster Avenue to the apartments, and the other side, eastbound side, is pretty slow too off the bridge. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. About 10 minutes inbound at the George. Outbound about 15 to 20 from the Cross Bronx. And the in and out Lincoln and HYLAN, we're looking at 5 to 10 as well. Now, let's go to Rockland County. We're seeing some major tie-ups right now. New York State Thruway. Southbound is slammed to 287 and Route 17. Route 17, that is jammed northbound as well. And in New Jersey, we've got delays. It's a crash 80 westbound at exit 37, Hibernia Avenue, Rockaway Township. That's right near exit 34 to Route 15, so expect delays in that area. And Mass Transit, 34th Street, Hudson Yards bound 7 trains. There's delays. Train with a mechanical problem being removed at 82nd Street and Jackson Heights. I'm Jody Dale, traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones, and breaking traffic alerts when they happen on 1010 Winds.
We're all on this planet together, so join Odyssey and find your one thing. Summer items like garden hoses, pool toys, and lawn chairs are not recyclable and best donated to charity. Join Odyssey, and together each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
Police gunfire in Queens overnight. This happened at a party in Springfield Gardens in Laurelton just after 11:30. Chief of Patrol Jeffrey Madry says 75 to 100 people were there, and so were some plainclothes members of the Violent Crime Squad who were in the area.
An unknown group of males entered the same intersection at 219th Street and 130th Avenue, right across the street from the detectives. The group they pulled out at least 3 firearms, and they started firing in the vicinity of where the party was at.
Now, the officers engaged the males and hit 4 of them, all taken to the hospital. An 18-year-old is critical. The others, said to be 16, 17, and 24, aren't expected to recover. Everybody said to be in custody. No officers were hurt, and apparently no one in the crowd was hit. Police say 3 weapons were recovered. There are no details on charges or any possible motive right now. Of course, stay with 1010 Winds and 1010winds.com for the latest on this developing story. Winds due to 903. Well, you can't really call it a summer break. It's a little less hot today, but that's not much, is it? AccuWeather meteorologist Matt Benz.
Yeah, the humidity not taking a break here for today, so while we may not be in an official heat wave here in the city, it's still going to feel plenty disgusting out there. We're heading up to 87 degrees here for this afternoon. Those AccuWeather real feel temperatures reach the mid-90s here for the afternoon, and we're not done with this just yet. We'll see a high around 90 tomorrow, upper 90s for those real feels. And we'll keep this rolling into Monday, even into Tuesday, with no real relief on the way anytime soon. Along with this, you have risk for a thunderstorm popping up at times for the afternoon. That'll be the case today, tomorrow, as well as Monday and Tuesday. If you're heading out to the beaches, that's about the only place you'll find relief, but be aware any south-facing beaches on Long Island will face the risk for at least a moderate risk for rip currents here for today. Kathleen?
Also today, the New York Times reporting the city doesn't have enough cooling centers in the hottest neighborhoods. Paper quoting a city controllers report that the very areas with the highest temperatures, fewest green spaces, and smallest numbers of air-conditioned homes are the places where there are few cooling centers. The report says East Flatbush, Brooklyn is the hardest hit, 2 centers for more than 160,000 residents. Controller Brad Lander wants the city to open more centers, extend hours at libraries and senior centers, and improve access. City crime rate ticking up. Latest numbers from the NYPD show a 31% jump just in July over last year. NYPD says its main issue was a spike in shootings and murders, 34% increase in murders compared to July of 2021, 13% in shootings. Despite all of that, the city murder rate total is down 4% for 2022 compared to last year. There have been 253 murders so far this year compared to 264 in the first 7 months of 21. Shootings are also down overall. Police Commissioner Keechant Sewell says the NYPD can't do it alone and calls for real consequences for people who break the law. A clear reference to the continuing city pushback against the state bail law. They're just being sent to New York. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said yesterday he had started busing migrants from his state to the city in an effort to push responsibility for border crossers to Democratic mayors and President Biden. First bus arrived earlier yesterday. Dozens of Central American migrants who had no connections to the city were just let off the bus. Fortunately, volunteers were there to help, but state and local officials are furious. Mayor Adams' press secretary said Abbott's continuing use of humans as political pawns is disgusting. State Attorney General Letitia Adams said,
I'm more concerned about the individuals who are on the bus. Want to ensure that they are taken care of. It's important that we respect their rights, and if they apply for asylum in this country, then they should be afforded the protections that our laws provide.
Adams' office said the city will continue to welcome asylum seekers, but it's going to need some federal help as it continues to do that. It is 77 degrees right now in the city. It's mostly sunny. AccuWeather says we are going up to 87 today in Midtown, but AccuWeather real feels will be in the mid-90s by this afternoon. Coming up, actress Anne Heche is fighting for her life after an awful car crash in Los Angeles.
Attention! Do you owe back taxes, fines, and penalties to the IRS? The IRS now offers new relief options for taxpayers affected by COVID-19, but you can't go it alone. Call Tax Solutions now. Our team of former IRS agents and tax professionals can get you the best deal. We know the COVID-19 rules. Call us and never speak to the IRS again.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours. The virus has caused the IRS to take extensive action to help taxpayers. So if you owe $10,000 or more, this is the best time in years to settle your tax debt.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
Remember, the IRS will not give up until you pay. Call 800-521-4177. 800-521-4177. 800-521-4177.
A shocking story out of Los Angeles where actress Anne Heche is said to be critical after a really bad car crash. That is the sound from a Ring door cam as a Mini Cooper believed to be hers sped down a residential street and smashed into a home, then burst into flames. Neighbor Ron Morgan helped a woman who was inside the building.
The dogs were sitting with her when the car came flying through, and the car stopped like 2 feet away from where she was sitting.
That woman was unhurt. Media reports say Heche was badly burned and taken to the hospital in critical condition. There are no other details on her right now. A Morris Township couple missing and presumed dead after a fire in their home early yesterday. The fire broke out just before 3 a.m. at the house on Normandy Heights Road. Fire officials said they tried to get into the burning building to look for victims and weren't able to do so because the fire was so extensive. Officials have identified the couple as 87-year-old Robert Ricciardi and his 85-year-old wife Gemma. Crews are still searching the smoking rubble 12 hours after the blaze. Cause still under investigation. And that's all the information that's available at this point. Now, this message, if you're a shorter guy, visit PeterManningNYC.com for the best fitting clothes. That's PeterManningNYC.com. 77 sunny, going up to 87 in Midtown, but it will be warmer thanks to the real feel. Traffic is next on 1010 News.
Hey fans, you better be at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 19th when the Yankees host the Blue Jays for one of the coolest promotional giveaways of the 2022 season. It's John Sterling and Susan Waldman Bobblehead Night, presented by WFAN. And the first 10,000 guests in attendance will receive a John Sterling and Susan Waldman talking bobblehead, complete with a sound chip of a few of their classic Yankees radio calls. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets.
Hi, I'm Tony Goldwyn. Ukraine remains under attack. Millions of people have fled, creating the fastest growing refugee crisis in modern history. Children and families are seeking safety. America is meeting the health needs of people caught in this terrible crisis with critical medicine and supplies and local partnerships to get aid where it's most needed. We are ready to do more, so let's work together. Together, we can improve health. Together, we can save lives. Learn how at americares.org/help-Ukraine.
Dear Calvary Hospital, there is no better caregiver on earth than our mom, Mary HYLAN. She taught us the value of our family, our Catholic faith, and caring for those in need. After raising the 6 of us, Mom went back to college and earned her doctoral degree in social work from Fordham University. Then she volunteered at her beloved Calvary Hospital. There she witnessed tender love and care for end-of-life patients as never before. During her final days, Calvary was there for her, making Mom's last journey peaceful and pain-free. She received the dignity and compassion she so greatly deserved. God bless you, Calvary Hospital. The HYLAN family.
This is Frank Calamari, president of Calvary Hospital. To learn more about our unique Calvary care, call us at 718-518-2000. Calvary Hospital is where life continues.
With due time 9:11, traffic and transit now with Jody Dale.
And Kathleen, let's go out to the island. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. And good news, a crash investigation has been cleared. Southern State westbound between Nassau Road and Baldwin Road, all reopened and moving. Eastbound, got a brake check though between Hicksville Road and Route 110. Eastbound Northern State, that's getting a little jammy into 106, 107. The LIE is good to go, and not seen any problems as you head to the beaches on the Meadowbrook, Wantagh, Robert Moses. Brooklyn and Queens getting loaded up on the LIE. Eastbound, that's going to slow you down. Utopia Parkway into Nassau County. Westbound, we're seeing the slowdowns at the Cross Island. Looks like a crash or stall at 164th Street. Northbound Van Wyck, we're jammed up Atlantic Avenue, and it's slowing the Gowanus up to the BQE and the crossings. Southbound, you have road work. Has you bumper to bumper from the LIE to the Williamsburg, and seeing some northbound slowdowns too. Southbound Cross Island, well, hardly moving near Jamaica Avenue and UBS. More delays at the Frog's Neck and Whitestone. Take your pick, both slow. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. 5 to 10 inbound at the George, and outbound about 10 to 15 from the Cross Bronx. Getting a little better there. In and out at the Lincoln and Holland, it's 5 to 10. Traffic sponsored by Caribbean Food Delights in Jody Vale. Next report at 9:21 on 1010 Wins.
Caribbean Food Delights makes the best Jamaican beef patties you've ever tasted. Go to CFDNYinc.com for more information. That's CFDNYinc.com for a taste of the Caribbean.
Now, the AccuWeather 4-day forecast with meteorologist Matt Benz.
And get ready to sweat it out really over the coming days today. A very warm day, very humid out there as well with times of clouds and sun. There could be an afternoon or evening thunderstorm in spots with a high of 87 degrees. Those real feels, though, mid-90s for this afternoon. Tonight remaining sticky, low to 76 tomorrow. Thunderstorm could pop up, especially in the afternoon high, around 90 degrees. Real feels into the upper 90s. We'll keep that heat around for Monday, along with that risk for a thunderstorm in spots, high of 91. Real feels again in the upper 90s, and no relief from the humidity. Still very humid for Tuesday. Perhaps an afternoon thunderstorm around with a high of 89. Currently it's 80 degrees in Central Park. We have mostly sunny skies. Repeating, the current temperature is 80, going up to 87 this afternoon in Midtown. I'm meteorologist Matt Benz on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds.
Indiana is the first state to approve major abortion restrictions in the wake of the U.S. Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade.
Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb wasted no time in signing a measure after the state legislature approved the near total abortion ban. The ban takes effect in mid-September, and it includes some exceptions. Abortions would be permitted in cases of rape and incest before 10 weeks post-fertilization, to protect the life and physical health of the mother and if a fetus is diagnosed with a lethal anomaly. Under the bill, abortions can be performed only in hospitals or outpatient centers owned by hospitals, meaning all abortion clinics will lose their licenses. United correspondent Jennifer Kuiper. Several other states are working on similar or more restrictive rules. Winds news on 9:14 coming up. Nothing good for the Mets or the Yanks last night.
New Yorkers are stepping up to become organ donors. One organ donor can save up to 8 lives and improve the lives of many more. At Live On New York, we honor, change, and save lives through organ and tissue donation. Nearly 9,000 New Yorkers are on the waiting list for an organ. Your family, friends, and neighbors need your help. Join the movement to ensure no New Yorker dies waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. Visit liveonny.org to become an organ donor hero. That's liveonny.org.
To some, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much, but that's not true. They're testing out vowels and consonants and trying different sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on meaning, especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. And the Ad Council.
Winds east on 9:15. Now Mark Renee with sports.
Well, Kathleen, it's hard to believe, but for the first time all season, the Yankees and Mets both wound up in the Friday night loss column after one had a lousy start and the other had a lousy finish. First to City Field, Taiwan Walker charged with 8 runs.